right, we want to welcome to the program now two gentlemen here that have, in the last year, had their life change completely. Anthony Sadler, Spencer Stone, welcome to the program this morning. How are the two of you?
Doing well. How you doing? Yeah, we're good. Thanks for having
Doing
us.
good, guys. Whereabouts in the world are you right now?
New York City.
New York. In the last 12 months and a couple of days, life for the two of you, well, actually the three of you, changed quite a bit. Going from Sacramento kids, which is not too far from where we're at right here, to getting this world, renowned, story of what you guys have led to prior to getting on the train, and then what you did on the train, and so forth. Talking about saving a number of people on the train, Paris to Brussels or Brussels for Paris. And that was just an accident that occurred, but you guys seem to be prepared from life experiences for it.
Yeah, we thought the book provided an interesting perspective about kind of like our lives before that and how individually we saw things differently and the different skills we all brought to the table and how it kind of worked out in our favor at the time of the attack, and kind of just all the things that fell in place for us. It was pretty amazing how it all came together, even in the years before that coming together, just our friendship and how we remained talking throughout the years, even though some of us moved or separated. It was just amazing how it all came together.
Yeah, the book, I've got to say, just captivated me from the get-go. The 1517 to Paris is the name of the book, and you guys grew up as childhood friends in Sacramento, started to go some different directions, and you're only in your young 20s right now, but you were together for this vacation in Europe a year ago. Can you briefly describe how that moment in time happened for the three of you?
I mean, yeah, we were on the train. We originally were in the wrong spot, and we decided to move because of bad Wi-Fi, believe it or not. And so we got to where our tickets originally were. Me and Anthony had both fallen asleep. Alec was on his phone, kind of checking the route, texting people. And then, a train employee runs by me and Anthony down the center aisle, and that commotion kind of wakes both of us up, and we're kind of confused, like, wait, what's going on? What is he running from? And I see Alec looking behind me, and it looks like he sees a ghost. I take my headphones off. I hear glass breaking, people screaming. The first thing I see when I turn around is the man coming through the door, shirtless, backpack strapped to the front of him, bending down, picking up an AK-47 and loading around into the chamber. I mean, everything became extremely obvious at that point. I knew we had two choices: A, sit there and die; B, die on our feet. He hadn't started shooting yet, so I took kind of a shot in the dark, and I decided to charge him and tackled him, made it to him. He actually tried to shoot me with the AK-47, but there was a bad primer in the bullet, so that was just, heaven sent from God right there. He's definitely watching out for us. And then Alec and Anthony joined behind me, and we were able to kind of take all his weapons away. He cut me up with the knife a little bit, and then I was able to choke him unconscious.
And you say it so calmly right now, Spencer. I mean, it's like, yeah, and that's what happened. And then
no big deal.
Went down to Taco Bell after that. But seriously, these decisions that you made, split-second life-making decisions, even to the fact that you, as you're trying to choke out the terrorists, you're telling, I think it was Alex or Anthony, to go ahead, who had a gun on him, to shoot him, knowing that the bullet would probably penetrate through the terrorist and kill you, but you gave him kind of the nod and the okay to do that.
Yeah, I mean, in my head, the clock was ticking. He was still pulling out weapons. Any second, I thought my head was going to be blown off, and possibly Alec, shot right in front of me, or he was going to cut my throat or something, and then I thought maybe he would have, regained control of the situation. So in my mind at the time, it seemed like the best option, and I kind of, I locked eyes with him for a second, and I just kind of gave him a little nod, like, hey, just kill this guy. And, if the bullet happens to pass through him and kill me as well, then so be it. It's part of the plan, and, at least I wouldn't die for no reason.
You went into the armed services with a different goal and weren't able to achieve that, and kind of felt from the description in the book that you were failing. But now as you look back and see how the stars aligned and what you did and contributed in saving so many lives, how do you feel about the whole path that your life has taken at this point?
Oh, I truly believe that we were all led there, with a purpose. Like, we were meant to be there at that time, and all the experiences that we had gone through was really just for that moment. And that's kind of, I feel like, was our sole purpose on this planet, was to was to be there and to do that. So I mean, going through my training and looking back on, hindsight 2020, for what I was trying to go into, I wasn't mentally prepared. I wasn't mature enough. I didn't take a lot of things seriously, and so being kind of getting chopped down like that was almost a builder up for me, because it allowed me to kind of focus on maybe what I really wanted to do, and it ended up leading me in the right direction anyway. So I'm very happy the way things turned out.
And you did suffer some physical injuries from that. How was the healing after that? I mean, you had your thumb almost cut off and a few other things. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm very good. The thumb took a little bit to heal because the tendon and the nerve was severed, so I lost some feeling in my thumb. It's a little stiff, a little weak. But my neck is, it's very good. Had about 20 staples and about 8 stitches back there. That really wasn't a problem, and I recovered actually pretty quickly from that one.
Then you guys quickly became famous. I mean, heroes and so forth, and we're on Dancing with the Stars. You got to meet the president. What has been the biggest surprise of all this glam that you have been bestowed so far?
The biggest surprise is just the fact that even just a year later, people are still gripped by our story and it feel like it's worth their money to go out and spend and buy our book. I know a lot of people have felt like they've heard the story, but we felt like we had a lot more to share about just ourselves and the situation in general, and just the fact that a year later, people are still finding it relevant to their lives and taking away lessons from it. It's just something we're extremely grateful for.
The book is 1517 to Paris. It is a great read. I'm enjoying reading this. A couple of quick questions. I know you got to move on. Any nightmares still? Are you guys able to sleep through the night, or does it still haunt you?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I don't wake up with any nightmares or anything like that. It definitely crosses your mind, at least even for a couple of seconds throughout every day. It's just something. It's only been a year, so it's just something we think about. But as far as like traumatizing, none of us have experienced anything traumatizing, luckily enough. So we're fortunate in that.
Now, we know you've stopped this. It was an ISIS terrorist. Has there been any threat to your life? Do you fear as you travel either nationally or globally that there may be some retaliation to you three specifically from ISIS?
I mean, it's in the back of our minds, but we don't really try and live our life that way. We just kind of keep it pushing, and we're not going to live our life in a bubble and be afraid. And we encourage everyone to do the same. I mean, that's what they want. Is they want to instill fear in people and make it seem like they're the big bad guys and they can't be stopped. But you just got to keep living your life, and they're just evil. They're just evil people, and they're gonna. Things are going to happen, I guess, and you just got to do the best you can.
What are the three of you doing these days now with life? You and the other two, or the other one?
I'm currently finishing up my last semester at Sacramento State University. Hope to graduate this year and then move on from there.
And then, I'm still active duty in the Air Force, but I'm on leave right now. And then I'll be separating in November and kind of chilling out for a little bit, and then hopefully we start school in San Diego of fall of 2017. And then Alec, who is not here with us right now because he is in sniper school for the Army, which is really cool, he is continuing his service in the National Guard, and we're just going to all three keep doing our thing with the book and hopefully keep spreading a positive message.
All right. Well, listen, Spencer, Anthony, and spread the word to Alec as well. We appreciate what you did to just save fellow human beings and, stepping up and doing the right thing. And good luck with your future. You obviously were put here on the earth to do something positive, and you already have, and I'm sure you've got more in you for the future. And thanks for joining us on the program. It is a great book, The 1517 to Paris, and thank you for sharing this morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We really appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
All right. Take care.